The gold market this week shot up an incredible 1,000+ pips, and it's been really interesting to see all of this movement happen here on the gold market. And if you were able to catch some of those moves based on last week's analysis, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. But if you're looking for a possible trade for this upcoming week on the gold market, then you are in luck, because in this video, I'm going to go over my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones for the gold market. And especially since it has now moved us over all new highs inside of the market, just constantly pushing up. So it would be really interesting to see what happens this upcoming week now that some major news events are gone. But don't rest too long, because there will be some other events coming up this week. So just be on the watch for that. So what I'm going to do, since we have all of this new data up here, what I'm going to do is actually go back to the weekly. And as we expect, let's make this a little bit bigger. As we expect, this is a huge bullish engulfing candle here on the weekly time frame. Like I said, price just pushed up. Actually, wow, 1,400 pips just this past week alone. Last week was pretty insane with 761 pips. And then we started that movement actually 3 weeks ago around 360 pips. So just an insane move inside of the market. Is super exciting. So for right now, what I'm going to do is just clone this level, this old high, and now just mark off the new high, because now the new high inside of the market is roughly at 3,600. A lot of people were thinking that we were going to hit this towards the end of the year, not really expecting to do all of this, break a new, or at least make a new high, and then also break the old high in the same week. Insane. So now that we're at this new high, I just want to mark that off here in a weekly. Let's go down to the daily time frame and make sense of these levels. Okay, so now we can see a bit more data inside of this market. I do have some old lines, so we may just get rid of a lot of these lines right here, because these are no longer relevant because price is nowhere near those. So we're just going to keep some of the major lines and get rid of the smaller ones. So we already marked off the height of this market at 3,600, and next we have our previous high around 3,500, and then we do have some other levels here. So this level right here is at 3,453. This yellow level here is at around 33, or actually 3,433, and we have this previous minor high right here at 3,406, and we do have some other levels here. I will call this off right here. This is at 3,311, and then we have another level right here at 3,284, and then this yellow level right here at 3,268, and then also this level at 3,246, and finally we have this level down here at 3,207. Now, these levels that are pretty much below, let's just say 3,300, are really far, and it may take some strong news catalyst for it to come down here. Just like we had this really big push, this really large push up, we can also see a really large push to the downside for whatever reason. So that's why I want to keep these levels on the chart, but we probably won't do much down here just because all the price action, new price action, is up top. So let's go ahead and go down to the H4 time frame and start marking off some of these zones for this new market structure. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this level right here and just extend it a bit. So let's go ahead. Okay, and this is the level at 3,500 roughly. Just extend it because now we got more price action in this area. And let's go ahead and check out H2, because there's really nothing else I wanted to change on that time frame. Let me get rid of these little levels because I was doing some stuff this week with the Profitable Traders Academy. And speaking of which, if you're looking for more hands-on help, go ahead and check out the link in the description box below, where basically you can learn all about the Profitable Traders Academy and figure out how you can get hands-on help for your trading. So that way you're not just stuck and you're not spending years trying to figure this out while everybody else around you is making money in the market, when you could potentially be doing the same thing. We recently just had someone inside of the Profitable Traders Academy just get funded an additional 100K. So she's excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. It's really good to see people progressing inside of these markets. So you can too. No reason why you can't. And then also, we're also holding the pricing at this point. You can read all of this information on your own, but basically you get a lot of support and a lot of feedback, which a lot of programs at this price point, just $2,000 at this point, are not providing. So go ahead and check that out, and please join us if you feel so inclined to do so. All right. So back to this chart. When we're on the H2 time frame, I do see some things that I do want to mark up, and I'm actually going to use my horizontal ray tool. You can see that I already have some alerts in this area for things that I was looking for this past week, but let's just go ahead and mark them off here on the charts. So the first level, actually I want to do right here. The first level I want to mark off is at 35.25. This is a really strong support level. This was a level that I was monitoring this past week, especially since price came to this area a couple times. And then also another level that I do want to mark off here inside of this time frame is going to be at 35.75, and that's mainly because of this resistance. We already saw that price tacked into that zone. So let's see what it does since we ended the market with this strong bullish or bearish engulfing candle. So let's go ahead and go down to the H1 so we could talk about the markets before we get into our game plan. And looking at this area, it still looks great. Top is still looking great. And then also we had this level here. We can see a lot more confluence or a lot more times when price has tacked into the zone, furthering our understanding of the zone as a key level. And then also looking at the fact that price has jumped into this level a couple of different times. So also more confluence or more confidence in this level. Next, we have this level here at 35.01. Still a nice resistance point. I do see another level that I do want to mark off. So get in my horizontal ray tool. It's a little bit messy in here, but I'm going to mark it off around 34.74. Even if I push this up a little bit to 75, it'll probably be fine. But actually, I'm going to keep it there because I do see some really nice levels. So that is a level that I want to focus on. And I think for now, oh, actually there is another level that I see right before we get into our game plan. So I'm just going to use a trend line here and we're just going to mark it off. Actually, it kind of goes through this. This was a little choppy right in here. So we're just going to mark it here. And this level is sitting at 35.45. So really good levels to focus on. Now, for the game plan for this upcoming week, since price did almost 1,400 pips in just 1 week, and it was a short week, is pretty insane. So looking at this, I'm looking for price to come back to this previous resistance level, and this is about 100 pips. So that could be cool. So let me just get my path tool super quick. So basically looking for some sort of bounce off and potentially going up. That's one idea. The second idea is, of course, a deeper retracement, and price, I believe, can bounce off of this level here and continue up. But basically, if price was to break this level and I saw strong selling pressure around this zone, then I would be a lot more cautious in terms of looking for continued buys, because this is a really interesting level. We have all of the support in this zone, and if it gets broken, then I probably would wait to look for a continuation of the bullish trend, but it could be an opportunity for short-term sales. So let me just go ahead and mark this off. I'm basically looking for buys above this level, and then I'm looking for sales below this level, but it's short term. This is what I'm thinking. So this zone in here, depending on where it lands, this is about 200 pips, and that's a nice little payday right there. So let's just get rid of that. So my idea is, let me find the correct level. Okay, great. So my idea is from this zone at 35.25 down to about 3,500 flat. So that's going to be my idea there. And then let's just say price continues pushing down, maybe coming to this level at 34.74, 75 kind of zone. And then that would be something that I would look for as well. Basically just tracking the price, but overall I'm bullish on this market. The fact that price has pushed up 1,400 pips, and usually when price pushes up this much, there is a retracement that is coming. How deep, we obviously don't know, which is why I'm being a bit cautious and not just trying to sell because price is at a new high, because it could even go higher. So we just don't know. But anyway, if you love this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that way you can get more more trading content like this. And currently we are posting videos 3 times a week. That is Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of those amazing videos. And we also have a lot of exciting things coming to this channel. So I am super excited and we are working really hard behind the scenes. So go ahead and subscribe and check out one of the videos somewhere on the screen, and I'll see you in the next videos.